Hi, this is Allison Walling and I'm your executive producer for Seahawk Central Sports. You heard that right, we're back on the air. In this episode, we will be going over the start of fall sports season here at UNCW, interviews with the UNCW basketball teams, and college and pro football. Let's get into it. Starting off with UNCW sports, the men's soccer team has kicked off the season so far with 4 wins, 4 losses, and 2 ties. They have scored 11 goals so far this season, led by their top scorer, number 9, Omar Abdaleb. The women's soccer team has started the season off with 7 wins, 2 losses, and 5 ties. They have scored 22 goals this season, led by their top scorer, number 6, Madison Henry. Moving on to volleyball, the volleyball team has started their season off with 3 wins and 11 losses. Totaling 604 kills for the season, number 13, Katie Lands, leads the team with 170 kills. In swimming and diving, the men started their season off with 1 win and 3 losses, and the women started their season off with 3 wins and 2 losses. Now for some upcoming games for UNCW sports. For men's soccer, we have them facing off Saturday with William & Mary. For women's soccer, we have them going against Stony Brook on Sunday. For volleyball, they host 2 matches this weekend against Hofstra. Swimming and diving has a meet on October 21st against UNC Chapel Hill at UNCW. Here's Davis with some college football recaps.
Thanks, Allison. It was a great weekend for college football fans, so let's get right into this rundown. The story of the weekend was the Red River Showdown, as it turned into an all-out bloodbath, with Texas beating Oklahoma 49-0. The first shutout in this rivalry since 1965. Everyone's favorite surprise of the season, the Kansas Jayhawks, couldn't overcome the TCU Horned Frogs as they fell 38-31. The Tennessee Vols take down LSU 40-13, while Georgia gets back on track with a 42-10 victory over Auburn. Clemson handles Boston College with ease, 31-3, and even without their starting quarterback, Alabama gets the victory over Texas A&M 24-20. This weekend's upsets. Unranked South Carolina shocked number 13 Kentucky, winning 24-14, and Notre Dame gets back on track, taking down number 16 BYU 28-20. Here in North Carolina, it was a rough day for the Pirates, as East Carolina fell to Tulane 24-9, dropping them to 3-3. The Blue Devils make a big fourth quarter comeback to fourth overtime against Georgia Tech, but they couldn't hold on to it as they fall 23-20. The Mountaineers appear to be cooling down from their red-hot start this season as they fall to Texas State 36-24. On a more hopeful note, the Tar Heels keep their season alive by surviving a nail-biter and going to Miami and getting a victory 27-24. Meanwhile, NC State survives Florida State, winning 19-17. And the Wake Forest Demon Deacons accomplished something entire nations cannot do by defeating the U.S. Army 45-10. And as always, UNCW football remains undefeated. Looking forward to next week's games to know. Next Saturday, we've got 2 top 10 matchups as Michigan takes on Penn State, while Tennessee welcomes number 1 ranked Alabama to Knoxville. The Wolfpack goes up north to take on Syracuse for what should be a great ACC matchup, and Memphis comes to Greenville, which should give the Pirates a good chance to regain their winning record. But the biggest game around here is when the North Carolina Tar Heels head to Durham to take on the Blue Devils. That's all for this week. Back to you, Allison.
Exciting to finally talk about some football around here. Let's head to Ryan Thiel with interviews from the UNCW basketball teams.
What does Media Day mean to you?
Media Day is a day that we get to come together and look nice and celebrate the fact that we work really hard and that we're a team.
I mean, Media Day means to me, getting with the team and having a good time, taking some pictures and, cement a memory in UNCW history.
I think it's just a good time to come together and get to celebrate the season that we're about to have.
I have a very positive outlook when it comes to us. I feel like we work really hard and we put in the time and the work, and I just feel like good outcomes will come if we just have a positive attitude. So that's my outlook on everything, just to be positive.
We're going to be pretty good this year. I'm excited for the season, just taking it day by day and, one step at a time.
Personally, I'm looking forward to just making the rest of my teammates better and enjoying my first season. And for the team, I feel like we have a lot of chemistry and we're looking forward to solidifying our reputation.
What game are you most looking forward to this year?
I'm probably most excited for the Chapel Hill game. They'll probably be ranked at least top 5 AP preseason, so being able to play them at Carolina is a really cool opportunity.
I'm most looking forward to the Drexel game. We haven't beat them in several years, and I'm looking forward to getting our revenge.
UNC game 1. I got some of my friends on that team, so I'm ready to go out there.
What message do you have for the Seahawk Nation?
We have the best fans in the world. So I would think we were ranked top 10 in the country in fan participation, and we have considered the best home court advantage of anyone in the country. So I think that just to keep doing what they're doing.
Just support us, be there for us, and just cheer us on because we have a lot to show you guys this year, and we want you guys to be a part of it.
Seahawk Nation, we're going to need y'all this year. We need y'all to come fill up this arena, bring your friends, bring your mom, bring your auntie, everybody, and we're going to need y'all energy this year. Let's go.
Thanks, Ryan. We're all excited to start basketball season around here. Moving on to more professional sports, we will head back to Davis with an NFL recap.
Thanks, Allison. We had a wild NFL weekend, so let's get right into it. Starting out with the Thursday night snooze fest, as the Colts defeat the Broncos in overtime 12-9 in possibly the worst game of the year. The best part of this game was Twitter's reaction, which I highly recommend everyone go look at. Getting into the Sunday scores, the Vikings take down the Bears 29-22, the Chargers survive the Browns 30-28, the Saints beat the Seahawks 39-32, Titans handle the Commanders 21-17, and the Eagles stay undefeated, taking down the Cardinals 20-17. The Patriots stop the Lions offense dead in its tracks, shutting out Detroit 29-0. Getting into the more interesting games, Sunday started out with a shocker as the Giants took down the Packers 27-22 and continued to shock the football world by advancing to 4-1. The Texans get their first win of the season in Jacksonville as the Jags look bad for the first time this season, losing 13-6. Kenny Pickett got his first career start for the Steelers Sunday, and although he played a good game, the Bills proved too much as Buffalo wins 38-3. Josh Allen is still up there in the MVP race, and the Bills continue to look like the best team in the league. The Buccaneers survive a fourth-quarter comeback from the Falcons due to a very controversial foul call in the final minutes of the game, keeping the ball with Tampa Bay, letting them win 21-15. The Ravens get a big divisional win against the Bengals after a game-winning field goal, 19-17. And despite a mediocre game Sunday, Lamar Jackson continues to look like a serious MVP candidate. The Super Bowl hangover appears to be real as the defending champs fall to 2-3 as the Cowboys go to Los Angeles and beat the Rams 22-10. After this victory, Cowboys quarterback Cooper Rush moved to 4-0 this season. After last week's injury to Dolphins quarterback Tua Tagovailoa, prayer is still going out to him for a speedy recovery. The Dolphins' backup quarterback Teddy Bridgewater suffered an elbow injury early in this game, which let the Jets run wild as they win 40-17. And finally, the Carolina Panthers sadly still have to play football every week. This week, the San Francisco 49ers came to town and got an easy 37-15 victory. Baker Mayfield continues to look like a shell of his former self, and his former self wasn't even that good to begin with. Christian McCaffrey still looks like a premier running back in the league, but Panthers head coach Matt Rule is still by far the worst coach in the NFL, and it shows as the Panthers fall to 1-4. However, I'll end with some good news, as this Monday it was confirmed that the Panthers have finally fired head coach Matt Rule, and there was much rejoicing throughout the lands. Rule's tenure with the Panthers was defined by poor quarterback play and a lack of winning. Longtime Panthers assistant coach Steve Wilks has been named interim head coach. That's all I've got for you this week. Back to you, Allison.
That's it for this week's episode of Seahawk Central Sports. Keep an eye out for games and go support our teams. See you next time.